Hey, hi, and hello, everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you're doing well, and it's time for a weekly track roundup. Yay, hooray, hooray, amazing, yeah, where I go over a bunch of songs that have dropped over the past week or so, and I give my thoughts and my opinions on them, whether I loved them, hated them, or felt somewhere in between. They're all linked down below, so you can check them out for yourself. And also linked down there per usual is our, of course, Turntable Lab link. We get kickback from it. If you happen to go over there and buy some vinyl, some turntable stuff, that sort of thing, that would be great. Our Patreon page is down there too if you want to get some extra bonus monthly content and support us in the process. And of course, finally, we have our YouTube Shorts page. Check that out too. It's growing by the week. Awesome. Mwah. Love you. Okay. Let's move on and see what we got here. What is it? 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 Worst tracks of the week. They are as follows. We have a few. We have one from Mr. Post Malone. That is the brand new track, Chemical. A lot like many songs from his last LP, it sounds very soulless, very overproduced. Everything is so goddamn overdone, especially the vocals. And I don't know why, because he's a capable singer. We don't need to put this much artificial, glossiness and vibrato on his voice. It already sounds good. It already sounds fine. I mean, the song is reminiscent of Circles a little bit, I suppose. And I guess on top of that, you could say it's definitely going in more of a singer-songwriter, slightly country kind of vibe, which aesthetically I don't, mind in concept. I just wish the song felt more, rustic or material in terms of the instrumentation and the vocals presented. It just seems very artificial in a gross way. Moving on from there, we have this new one from The National. Every single song from this forthcoming record so far has just felt so dull to me, so painfully dull. And this one featuring Phoebe Bridgers is really no different, honestly. Even Phoebes herself cannot save this track, and I'm sad about it, but, it is what it is. I mean, if you like your indie rock to be as as listless and as low impact as possible, I guess you'll love it, but I just don't really get much out of it, frankly. All right, let's move on to the tracks that I was kind of meh on, not crazy about myself, but you might like them more than me. They are this new one from Ice Spice. It's the Princess Diana remix. I think Princess Diana is one of the best cuts off of her new EP. And now we have Nicki Minaj in the mix on the song. I think her feature is okay. Doesn't necessarily enhance the track for me, but it's cool to see Nicki playing nice with one of the new girls out there, especially with Ice Spice doing so well right now commercially. Interesting, the numbers that she's doing just off of an EP, just off of a freaking EP. It's crazy. It's crazy. And, with, of course, Munch in the mix, but still, geez. Crazy. And, I think for a while there's been a lot of negativity toward, her ascent into the mainstream and doubt as to whether or not, she'll continue to last and spread in terms of influence and impact. And I don't know, her predicted 15 minutes of fame have been up for a while now, and a lot of the other tracks on this EP, including this one, have grown to become hits in their own right. So I don't know. I think Princess Diana and the success of Ice Spice in general is kind of showing us that she's beaten the one-hit wonder allegations. I think we can safely say that at this point. All right, moving on from there, we have this new one from Saba and No ID. Cool to see these two crossing over. The verses are fine. The beat is fine. I wouldn't necessarily say it's the biggest fireworks of all time, but no doubt this kind of track, this kind of crossover is going to get the fans of both creators here going crazy. Again, cool to see them crossing over, even though it's not necessarily a song that's going to be sticking with me throughout the year. We have a new one from Romy, another dance cut. This new single over here has a really great beat and some kind of strong vocals. I just think aesthetically it's a little, I guess by the numbers for this genre, for this style. But Enjoy Your Life is definitely kind of a feel-good anthem that, you're going to want to hear on the dance floor. All right, we have a new one from King Krule. Seaforth is the name of the cut, new album on the way. And, was kind of pumped at first to hear news of some new material. And I think this tune definitely has a nice start to it, but as it draws on, it just kind of becomes this very one-dimensional jangle pop sort of singer-songwriter cut. It's not too bad, but not necessarily striking me with the passion of some of my favorite Krule tracks, from the earlier years in the project's history. Moving on from there, we have a new one from Dominik Fike over here. I think it's okay. I mean, it's not terrible. It's not great. It just kind of feels like I'm listening to a slightly edgier, more hip, more interesting 21 Pilots. I'll leave it there. Moving on from there, next we have this new one from Bad Bunny, who is teaming up with a Mexican outfit by the name of Grupo Frontera. And they're bringing some regional Mexican music to the forefront. I love the instrumentation. I love Grupo's vocals and vibe that they bring to the table. I think Bad Bunny's feature doesn't really do much for the song overall, but still, it's kind of cool to see these two acts kind of crossing over here. Interesting to say the least. All right, best tracks of the week. Let's move on and mention those. I actually have quite a few that stood out to me this week. A lot of bangers. Let's get through them. Remember, listed all down below. First, want to quickly shout out SZA for this new remix of Kill Bill that features Doja Cat. She pops up on the front end of the song, and she kind of brings her own little verse and story and narrative to the track that kind of plays into the whole Kill Bill, killing my ex, so on and so forth idea. I think it adds quite a bit to the track, and I think makes this remix as or nearly as enjoyable as the original in its own right. So really cool Doja added to the track in a cool, creative way. We have this new one over here from an artist by the name of Snow Strippers, who I'm just hearing of on account of this track and a recommendation. Under Your Spell is the name of the cut. And it's a really cool, very kick drum heavy, driving, alternative dance cut with some interesting vocals. It's odd, it's left field, but it's got a nice groove to it. Quite a captivating energy to it. Again, Under Your Spell is the name of the cut. Definitely recommend it. Moving on from there, we have a new one from Quickly, which is a ghostly international project that we've been talking about on the channel for a little bit. Has been making the rounds on the internet for, I believe, a few years now. There are elements of, left field beat music and jazz and, indie pop and electronic music, kind of all forming together within Quickly's, musical universe. And this new song over here, which I guess is a part of an EP release that's coming through, is no different. The jazz melodies and the vocal leads are absolutely crazy and angular and super creative. A lot of color and a lot of compositional personality coming off this song. Satellite is the title of it. Moving on from there, we have a new one from Kvelertak. We haven't heard from them in a minute, and it seems like they're bringing a new song, or a new sound rather, to the table. Of course, a new song, but a new sound to the table. A little less metal driven, I would say, this time around. I mean, they've definitely got an aesthetic and a style that will appeal to a metal crowd, but I'll say that it seemed almost like they went into a bit of a post-hardcore revival, sort of like from the 2000s. I would say I was getting almost like a slight Refused vibe in a way from the track, in a good way, in a really good way, honestly. Great to hear them putting out some high-octane stuff again. All right, a singer-songwriter by the name of Kara Jackson, who I'm hearing of through this single, Lily, I believe it was Namdi, who threw this out on Twitter, and I reacted to it. It's a really good, captivating tune with some beautiful folk instrumentation, great vocals, great lyrics. It's I don't know, kind of surreal and I would say enveloping as well. Just kind of I guess mesmerizing in an otherworldly way. Beautiful, gorgeous. Just really lovely to listen to. Liking the single a lot, and I'm hoping to dig into the new album this track is a part of very soon, too. We have a new one from Jessie, Ware. Still hitting us with those disco anthems, but this time not so much throwing it back with almost like an old school analog electro sort of thing, like many songs off of her last record were, and that's what made them so great. This time around, the instrumentation is big, it's bold, it's over the top. It's got some huge horn sections on it. It's like that big, glamorous, high budget sort of disco style instead, which I don't think is necessarily a bad shift or a bad move, because this song, Begin Again, is grand as hell, and sounding absolutely phenomenal in the process of, kind of going above and beyond, going big on this track. So check this one out too. We have a new one from Piss Jeans over here. Heavy and crushing noise rockers extraordinaire. The track is titled No Convenient Apocalypse. The riffs are absolutely oppressive. The vocals are nasty and gross, and the point of the song, message-wise, gets across pretty clear. Drums hit hard, too. Yeah, this is a pretty badass track from Piss Jeans. Can't wait for the new record. This is from a project I'm just hearing about recently as a result of a new song this week as well. Mandy, Indiana, Peach Fuzz. God damn. The driving, weird left field alternative dance beats and grooves on this track and the in-your-face vocals are something to behold and kind of freaky, honestly. Peach Fuzz, again, is the name of the track. I'm liking this one a lot. It's bold and a little harsh. And, I think just all around a badass cut. Moving on there to Girl Ray, who I've never really been a huge fan of Girl Ray, frankly. I've heard tracks here and there, but, very few have kind of grabbed my attention or stopped me in my tracks. This one, however, I think is like their sweetest and cutest single they've ever put out. The guitar chords are absolutely heartening. The melodies are sweet and the lyrics are endearing too. It's catchy, it's sweet, it's nice. It's it's just really pleasant little indie pop cut that isn't so glossy to the point where it feels soulless or anything like that. It still has some nice eccentric quirks about it that I think are pretty cool. So yeah, digging this track too. Next, a new one from Dawn Richard, Bubblegum. It's got some elements of dance music, R&B, hip hop coming together through a really bold and energetic performance vocally, and the production hits hard too. Digging this one as well. It's got a lot of spice to it. I'll say that. We have this new one from Pip Bolm. This one's got a lot of flavor to it as well. A cool little electro pop cut with a really energetic performance attached to it. Tiger is the name of the cut, and I guarantee you're going to be shouting the chorus of this one in your head. It's that energetic. It's that amped. A few more left. We have Billy Woods and Kenny Segal, new album on the way. This is not a drill. For many Billy Woods fans, the one record he did with Kenny Segal is one of the best and one of their favorites. We have another one. They're coming around for round 2. Okay, so we're going to get another Billy Woods album of Billy Woods verses with Kenny Segal production. Awesome, amazing. FaceTime is the title of the first single. It hits hard. It's fantastic. It's poetic. It's dark, and it has a sung feature from Sam T. Herring of Future Islands fame in the mix too. So give it a listen. Give it a spin. It's a really good first taste of this forthcoming record that I am now looking forward to. And we have a new one from Magdalena Bay. Mag Bay. They are back. They're back. The duo is back. And they have like this new mini mix volume 3 EP. It's like a collection of new tracks out now. There's a lot of bangers on the EP. And I plan to talk about it a little more soon, but I will point you guys toward the new, or the track Tonguetwister off of it, which I think is one of the more fun and hard-hitting cuts on the EP. But yeah, if you loved the duo's last record, give this thing a listen. Don't miss it. It's new cuts. It's original cuts. It's a new EP. Give it a spin. Fun, fun, fun. And finally, shout out to Afroman. Not for a brand new song, because this track over here has been on the internet for a little bit. Will You Help Me Repair My Door? But I am mentioning this track out of the human interest story at the heart of this song, because a while ago, Afroman, his house, his place of residence, got raided by the police. And I guess, according to their warrant, they were in search of drugs because he was alleged to be distributing. But also they were searching his house because the warrant said that there were potential kidnapping victims on the premises as well, which of course they did not find. Now, Afroman, in response to this really disgusting treatment by his local police force, decided to come through with this song, Will You Help Me Repair My Door? Because obviously they busted down his door and, wrecked a whole bunch of other shit in the process of this search and everything. And so not only did Afroman make this song, he put out a music video for the track, which contained security footage from his own house of just, just documenting what was going on as the officers were raiding his place. And this music video, this song, it's up on the internet now. It's linked down below. You can check it out for yourself. But apparently, as a result of this music video coming out and gaining millions and millions of views since its release, Afroman is now being sued by this police department, and not even because of any sort of, I guess, illegal activity per se, or any kind of defamation or anything like that. The suit is allegedly claiming emotional stress and humiliation. I guess, they're kind of just humiliated by their own freaking behavior on the on the security footage. I mean, if you're embarrassed about what you did on camera there at Mr. Afroman's house, maybe you shouldn't have done what you did, because it was pretty nasty and disgusting and terrible, and, kind of proof that we live in a fucking authoritarian state. But, just want to shout the song out, shout out the music video. Again, it's been around a minute, but just thought out of interest in this kind of story and this very unfair and ridiculous and preposterous suit, that, it'd probably be good to draw more attention to the track and Afroman's situation, frankly. So, yeah, that's it. Those are my thoughts. And that is the weekly track roundup, everybody. You're the best. You're fantastic. Again, love you. And I hope you have a good one. Mwah. See you in the next one. Anthony Fantano, weekly tracks forever.